Greetings, trainers, and welcome to the Indo region, a brand new Pokémon region based off the country of Indonesia. In this multi-part series, I will take you through the region, meeting nearly 100 new Pokémon species, as well as over a dozen regional forms, visiting locations based on the real-world country, and meeting a cast of characters who I hope you will grow to love. Our journey begins on... Excuse me? Oh, Professor Mangrove, what's going on? Well, surely as a Pokemon trainer, you know how important it is to have a balanced team. You can't just have one Pokemon on your team do everything for you. Or else, if you come across a rival Pokemon that is strong against that one, you will be in a sticky situation. I mean, yeah, you're right, but I don't really see how that's relevant, though. Really? You don't? Well, you should. Who is on your team for this project? Well, right now it's just me. Ah, yes, just as I thought. And if that is the case, what do you plan to do about the female characters? What, you mean like the player character's mom? I can knock that out super easy. Just listen.
Here you go, sweetheart. Take as much as you like. Food gives you energy to carry you through your day. Speaking of which, what are your plans for today?
That sounds nothing like a real woman.
So I'll get some new voice actors for the female roles. It's not a big deal. I can do everything else myself. You say you can do everything else? Well, somehow I doubt that. There are an awful lot of roles to fill, and frankly, I don't think you have the range for them all. Well, that's harsh, but maybe you're right. Maybe I should open up auditions to the general public. Here are some characters you can audition for right now, characters that will be in part 1 of this series. First, we have Tai, who moved to Indo from the Unova region, which is based on New York and parts of New Jersey, because they were tired of the city life, and they wanted to go around to a bunch of island-based regions because they were trying to find themselves. This character has kind of a chill, vaguely frat bro vibe to him, but he's also deeply fascinated with even the most mundane of things pertaining to the Indo region. Tai serves as your main rival throughout your journey, and as such, he's going to be appearing in a lot more than part 1. So if you want to audition for him, you must be willing to commit to multiple videos down the line. Next up is Professor Mangrove. Oh, I see how it is. Trying to replace me, are you? Listen, there is a chance that your voice is going to stay exactly the same as it is right now, but I want to leave auditions open in case someone does a really good job and I feel like they'd be a better fit.
Very well. Very well. I suppose we shall see how it goes. Anyway, Mangrove has been studying Pokemon abilities for over half a century. Given this experience, he demands that all trainers give him the utmost respect.
And if he's not shown that respect, he's known to have a bit of a temper. Temper? Why, I consider the whole claim preposterous. No professor has a better temperament than I do. No professor is better at handling criticism than I am. Okay, Professor. Whatever you say. So, in case you couldn't tell, for this role I'm looking for a snarky, intellectual, somewhat British voice. To give you an idea of what I'm looking for, take a look at these clips of Alan Rickman in Harry Potter and Malcolm McDowell in only his most famous role in We Bare Bears.
There will be no foolish wand-waving or silly incantations in this class. As such, I don't expect many of you to appreciate the subtle science and exact art that is potion making. However, for those select few who possess the predisposition, I can teach you how to bewitch the mind and ensnare the senses. I can tell you how to bottle fame, brew glory, and even put a stopper in death.
I don't believe in second chances. And frankly, Miss Park, I'm surprised by your choice of study group. I doubt these bears could even do basic arithmetic.
Can too. That's math, right?
Miss Park, my time will not be wasted on a girl who can't even start a sentence, or on these bumpkins she calls friends.
But
Good day.
Now, I do plan on having Professor Mangrove in multiple episodes, although he's not going to play a very major role after the first one and perhaps the last one. So while it is a bit of a commitment, it's not as big of one as Ty would be. The next character that you can audition for is the aforementioned player character's mother. And there's really not much more to her than being a loving mother. She wants her son or daughter to get out there, make friends, and have fun. There's nothing super specific I'm looking for in your audition. As long as you read the lines in a way that you imagine a kind mother would, then you'll be considered for the role.
On a similar note, we have the player character's father, who works at an office in the nearby town of Banda Aceh. And again, not looking for anything super specific, just say the lines the way that you think that a dad would, and I'll consider you for the role. Both the mother and father character have a chance of appearing in later episodes, but it's not a done deal, and if they do reappear, they're not going to have huge roles, so not a huge commitment. And finally, we have the first gym leader. Her name is Nora, and she is a hipster barista who specializes in normal-type Pokémon. She runs her gym out of a coffee shop, and she enjoys snuggling with her Pokémon on the couch. What I'm looking for this role is a peppy 20-something female voice.
She, along with all of the other gym leaders, only appears in the episode that she debuts in, so if you want to audition for this role, it's not a big commitment at all. In order to audition, check the description to see what lines I want for what character. You can send me an MP3 of your audition at benjamindzbrown@gmail.com.
Before you do, though, there are a few guidelines I'd like to go over. First of all, you need to record all 3 lines within your audition. Please don't skip over any of them.
Second of all, you are allowed to give multiple takes in your audition, and you are allowed to audition for multiple characters. However, you can only audition for a character one time. I don't want to hear, "Oh, I messed up a little, can I do another take?" over and over again, so make sure that you are satisfied with your audition before you turn it in. Third of all, and this is pretty minor, but if it says player in brackets, like in one of the lines that you audition with, just say the word player. I know it's confusing. I did it this way because theoretically, if this were a real video game, the player would be able to put whatever name they wanted as their name, and the dialogue would change depending on that. But since it's not a real video game, since this is all hypothetical, I want to get as close to that idea as possible, and I figure the best way to do that is just to say the word player.
On a similar note, if you have any questions about the pronunciation of anything, feel free to ask.
But it's not super important that you pronounce everything 100% correctly. There are a fair amount of words that I myself have to learn because this is based on a part of the world that I've never been to that uses a language that I don't know. And I know that Pokémon has plenty of its own in-universe terminology that's not super straightforward to non-fan. So, if you're not a huge Pokemon fan, or you're not familiar with the Indonesian language, or both, do the best you can with pronunciation, but I'm not going to be super harsh about it. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll do my best to answer. And really, that's about it. Now, in the interest of being upfront, I will say that these are unpaid roles, at least for the time being. Financially, I just don't have the money to support the voice actors, but that could change. And the thing is, this shouldn't be super difficult. It shouldn't be super time-consuming, and if you think that it sounds like fun, you are probably going to have fun with this project. I would hope, anyway.
You should hear back no later than February 3rd, 2019.
And in the meantime, my channel will be releasing videos on the Indo-region's Pokedex before we go into the story proper. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I get a lot of you auditioning for parts for this Indo-region journey, but even if not, I hope that you enjoy going on this Indo-region journey with me. Until next time, Selamat tinggal, trainers.